This ABC 15 Flash Briefing is sponsored by Sanderson Ford. Straight up.
Hi, Nick Saletti here on a Wednesday with our top stories. Arizona just a few hours away from its second execution in a matter of weeks. This morning, Frank Atwood is scheduled for lethal injection in the 1980s kidnapping and murder of an 8-year-old girl in Tucson. An appeals court denying a last-minute bid to delay the execution. Christopher Clements will serve a 65-year sentence in prison and still faces a trial for the deaths of 2 Tucson girls. Clements sentenced for theft, burglary, and fraud charges in Maricopa County. He's also facing murder charges for the deaths of 13-year-old Maribel Gonzalez and 6-year-old Isabel Celis in Pima County. That trial will begin in August. Officers identifying a shooting victim as 15-year-old DeMarcus Edison. The shooting happened late Friday night near 15th Avenue in Hatcher. Officers say Edison went outside to his home prior to the shooting and then was found near the road. We spoke with his aunt.
There were so many shootings over the weekend that the detectives are all over the place with all of them, and it feels like his time with the investigation was cut short because literally while they were at his, gunshots were heard a couple miles away.
If you know anything about this case, please call Silent Witness. Is anyone in your family planning a move this summer? The Better Business Bureau is hoping to warn people as they're getting a record number of complaints right now. Here's John Matarese.
Audrey Costin Shelton is finally unpacking in her new apartment.
Found my flashlight.
Something she worried wasn't going to happen. She paid a moving company a $100 deposit, but then the movers never showed.
The moving company says, well, none of our trucks are back and I can't give you a timeline, just call back a little bit later.
So they rescheduled, but never showed on the second date or the third date.
Well, they didn't show up on 3 different days?
They said, well, you know, it's late. OSHA says they can only work so many hours, so, you know, you won't be moving today.
She finally canceled and paid some neighbors to move her belongings.
Now, May through August is peak season for moving. The Better Business Bureau says it's also peak season for complaints about movers. Last year, the Bureau had over 1,000 complaints nationwide, up 200% from the year before.
The BBB's Josiel Ehrlich says no-show movers are one of the top complaints. The other, movers holding your goods hostage until you pay more.
Be careful of lowballers. Those are people who come in and give you a very low quote. It all sounds great. They come, they pick up your belongings, they move them, but when it's time to drop them off, they say, hey, wait a minute, we have all these additional fees that we didn't tell you about.
Ehrlich says to protect yourself, get quotes from 3 moving companies. Get a signed, binding estimate or an estimate that says the maximum you will have to pay. And read reviews of the company on the Better Business Bureau's website. Audrey says next move she'll do a lot more research.
Moving is traumatic on its own, but to be pushed back, you know, 3 times.
And that way you don't waste your money. I'm John Matarese.
If you think the products you normally buy seem smaller but not cheaper, you're not wrong here. Companies are shrinking packages without lowering the price. For example, a box of Kleenex has 60 tissues, and it used to have 65. Chobani Flip Cup yogurts go from 5.3 ounces to 4.5. Gatorade bottles are now 28 ounces instead of 32. Domino's Pizza, a 10-pack of wings, now only 8 wings for the same price. Listen up, smart shoppers. Target's about to roll out some big deals because of pandemic-related supply chain issues. The retailer has about 40% more inventory right now than it did this time last year. So to get rid of all of it, Target's slashing prices. Expect big deals on furniture, electronics, appliances, and clothes.
Time for the most accurate forecast. I'm meteorologist Iris Hermosillo. The risk for heat illness is going up. It'll increase today, tomorrow, and especially by the end of the weekend into that high to very high range, indicating that really all of us are at risk for things like heat illness, heat exhaustion, heat stroke if we're not taking care of ourselves. The temperature soaring well above 110. Today, an excessive heat warning starts for the valley. Those heat alerts stretch to our south, to our west, and even into areas to our north. They start Thursday and Friday for other parts of our state, but for the valley, again, starting today, an excessive heat warning in place. 110 for Phoenix. We'll top that out at Lake Havasu with triple-digit temperatures possible in Globe and Sedona today. And again, those temperatures will go even higher, and records are in jeopardy. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday could be record-tying or record-setting. The highest temperature will be Saturday at 114 degrees, with those temperatures again topping 110 through the weekend.
For the latest headlines, weather, and traffic, go to ABC15.com or just download our free ABC15 mobile app.
This ABC 15 Flash Briefing is sponsored by Sanderson Ford. Straight up.